Welcome to another edition of Friday at 4:20. My name is Mike Nabuurs, your host for the next 40 minutes as we attempt to entertain you and get you into the weekend. And to do that, well, I've assembled a crew of very funny gentlemen. So let's introduce them. Way over on my right, as he always is, please say hello to the lovely and talented Patrick Coppolino.
Buongiorno.
Buongiorno, Patrick. How are you?
I'm good.
Excellent. Everything going well?
Yeah, it's going all right.
Yeah? Is you got the beard and right? You've had a beard. How long have you had a beard? Like since you were grade 6? Grade 7?
Yes. Yeah, I was like 13, 14.
Something like that, right? And I noticed just looking at you, you're still a young man. You have no gray in your beard whatsoever.
Not
or do you
yet.
color it?
No, I don't color it.
You don't color it?
No.
So that's real.
Yeah, the hair on my head will be gone completely before it goes gray, probably.
Yes.
But yeah, no gray yet, but
Okay.
I actually kind of want some.
You keep hanging out with the guy next to you.
Yeah.
That's going to go gray sooner rather than later. Please say hello to Manolis Zontanos.
Ducanes, I have great.
Take an E, my friend.
If I let it go too much, it's like I look I look homeless.
Yeah, forget salt and pepper. It's just salt.
Yeah,
It's weird how the mustache goes last, though.
Yeah, my
whose
mustache
beard
is
goes
still good.
Gray, it starts like white beard, dark mustache.
I like. I did that. I did the gray. Was it men for gray for men? I don't know.
Gray for men.
I don't know what.
Men.
I don't know what it's. What is it called?
50 Shades of Gray.
Yes.
I dyed my.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
Just for men or something.
Just for men. That was it. This is a great commercial for them. And then I was like, it worked, but like it was almost sometimes it was like too dark. You know what I mean?
Weird.
It looked weird, and I noticed that
creepy look. Yeah.
I felt like I was in sync or something. Like I drew the beard on me now.
Not to belabor the point. You had yourself a little bit of a haircut. You do have a little bit of a receding hairline.
Yes.
And then, do you have a bald spot on the top of your head?
I don't know. Hang on.
Let me have a look. Oh yeah, there it is.
Coming.
Okay, it's coming, man.
Is it? No, I don't. I'm fighting, dude.
I know you are. You're trying to hang on,
Dude,
there,
I use Rogaine. I put it in like sandpaper.
That's Joe Rogan you listen to,
Joe
not
Rogan.
Rogaine.
I don't understand. I listen to Rogaine every week.
Come on, what's going on? Why am I still losing
Joe
my
Rogaine.
hair? Let's welcome our special guest for this episode of Friday at 4:20. Way over on my left, he is completely unaware of the things you boys speak of because he is such a young man. He's a baby, for God's sakes. Please welcome to the show, Ben Bayfield.
Hola, how's it going?
Hey, man, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
That's good. You got a full head, man. You got
A full
head of hair,
but no beard.
No
beard.
No, have you tried growing it? Because
I grew a mustache for November,
Did
but
that work?
No.
No.
It was. Got a lot of
wasn't working for you?
70s porn stars
Yeah.
kind of vibe.
You know what? That mustache, I think it's always close, right? I mean, most guys, when they grow a mustache, it's awful close to 70s porn star mustache.
No,
it's hard to get away from that.
It's hard to pull off for sure.
Yeah. Have you ever? Could you go full beard?
I don't think I even could.
No?
Yeah, no. I'm shaving every day though,
Yeah.
so I'm trying to
You're a student
accelerate
at
the process.
Mac, and you're studying philosophy.
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 Yeah,
How's that going? I mean, I think
it's all right.
it's all right.
25,000 to find out that you actually don't know anything at all.
Is it as hard as I would think it is? I would guess that that's a difficult because you're dealing with a lot of esoteric crap.
Yeah, it's hard for no reason though. I mean,
Yeah.
we're all gonna be flipping burgers at the end of the day, probably, anyways. So
That's it. He's got his goals all set,
Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen. Ben Bayfield is our special guest. Ben, we're going to get you to get up and drop a Plinko puck up there at the Plinko board. So
Okay.
wander on up,
here we go.
drop a puck. Your first time playing Plinko here on Friday at 4:20. You're a tall fella too. What are you weighing in at there, buddy? How tall are you? 6'7"?
I'm about 6'6".
6'6"?
Yeah.
Nice. Very nice. All right.
What we got?
Tall fella. Tall, lanky Ben Bayfield as our guest.
And he's funny.
Mike, do you notice that do you respect people more when they're tall?
Yes.
It freaks me out a little bit. That's all.
Because
But it's like me, like if I walk by like bald guys, we do like this weird nod thing.
Oh,
do
yeah.
Do you do that with tall
Tall
people?
guys. You know what? Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? There's kind of there's certainly a kinship right away
Yeah.
as soon as you go, oh, okay, you and I have had the same struggles. Yeah, so I'm 6'5". My daughter, my oldest daughter, brought home a boyfriend who's 6'7", and he walked in, and that was
He's taller than you?
Yeah,
That-
2 inches taller than me, and that's the first time I've ever had to look up at a boyfriend. And I'm looking up, and I'm going, "This is not cool, man."
Well, other than high school.
Yeah. So I said to my daughter, I go, "Baby, tall's my thing, man. Like,
Yeah,
what are you
no,
doing to me?
no.
You're killing me here. And then she said, don't worry, Dad, you still have old. Oh, you see?
That's your thing now.
Smart ass kid. What number did Ben get?
2, I think.
Number 2. Let's do
Two.
that.
Oh.
Okay, let's do number 2. Topic number 2 this Friday at 4:20. Ben Bayfield, our special guest. Have you ever had your heart broken? Ben Bayfield, have you ever had your heart
Wow.
broken?
Start going right for the heart.
Yeah, we're going heavy and deep right off the
Yeah.
bat. Like a real,
Yeah, I guess so, yeah.
like there's breakups with, I really liked her, but then there's like, oh my God, she crushed my soul. Have you had your soul crushed?
Ooh.
Ben?
Not yet. No.
No?
I think,
Okay,
I
that's
think
cool.
I've avoided the soul crushing
Okay.
so far. I
Excellent.
mean, I've had trouble with females in my life before, but no, not. I haven't lost my soul yet.
Hasn't
no.
worked out, but you were not completely
No.
invested, right? I mean, that's that kind of okay. So Benny
No.
is cool with the. He hasn't had his soul crushed yet. Manolis' life really has been soul crushing. Just the whole thing in general.
It's been pretty well every time.
Every time. Do you remember? Like, is there specifically though a time when you can think, man, that one really broke my heart. That one was almost too much to bear.
I guess sometimes it's the first one that.
Yeah, that can be
Usually-
hard to get.
Yeah, that was probably the first one took the longest because like after I got over her, I was like, you have that moment like what, like why that take so long? Like why was I should have just got my head out of the clouds.
But
so
you
mu-
couldn't, man.
Yeah,
it was just
couldn't. And I remember what's really funny though is like when you're younger, you'll try more to figure out how to get this person back because you love her and you miss her and like, also dealing with your ego, not being accepting. Like, hey, no one dumps us.
I don't lose. I'm not going to lose.
How's this? Like,
right?
I'm
Yeah.
cool, right? Right?
This is Manolis when he was young. That's what we're dealing with here every day, Ben.
So cool.
I did this. I was like, I don't know what. You know what I mean? Like your head is in the clouds. It's like you're on drugs and you just do the craziest stuff. And then one of the couple of craziest things I did, but the one main thing, which is hilarious, I had a friend. From high school. I think I was just finished high school at that time, but I knew this dude that like had a guitar and he was in a band, and I asked him if he'd help me write a song for her, and so
this is a girl who has dumped you.
yeah. So I wrote her a song,
Right.
and he made the music for her. I wrote the lyrics, and we practiced it, and I recorded it with just like with
The
a
old
tape recorder.
Sure.
And in my car at the time, because he showed up at my house, and my dad's like, "This guy the guy looked like a homeless guy, right?" So then my dad's like, "I don't want this guy in my house," and I'm like, "Okay, this is weird. All right, fine." So I had a car, so we went and drove somewhere, and he sat in the back seat of my car and
He played the song and you sang it?
I sang it.
Oh, wow.
And
Do you have it?
I have it.
Oh.
Did it work?
No. No. I think she was impressed. And then it was one of those, I learned a lot from her because then when I stopped caring, then she started caring. I'm like, oh, that's what all that. That's all.
Just ignore her.
She wrote a song.
Yeah. She threw a brick in my house.
Manolis, in the interest of trying to keep the audience that we have built up for this show moving forward, could we promise them that one day we will play that on the show?
I'll bring it next. I know exactly where it is.
Will you bring it? Okay, so
bring it.
the next time we have an opportunity to play it, we are going to feature Manolis' plaintive love song for his first breakup.
Do you want it? Should I just put it on my iPhone and then like play it through that, or
Sure, we'll work
We'll
out the
figure it out.
logistics, but we definitely have to hear what that sounds like.
100%.
Do you want it on vinyl? or-
a virgin pressing.
You want a digital copy?
Yeah, could I get that? Patrick Coppolino, have you ever had your soul crushed, your heart
Yes.
broke? Yes?
Yes, and this will sound like a joke, but as soon as you mentioned the topic, I don't know why, but the first thing I thought of was in 2009, Boston Pizza got rid of their chicken parm sandwich, and I was devastated.
You were devastated.
I literally haven't eaten there since.
You know what? It's as crazy as it sounds. As soon as you mentioned Boston Pizza, I immediately thought of Kelsey's. Used to have a thing called the Kelsey's Conglomeration, which was a whole bunch of their apps.
Oh, yeah.
And you could like order that and just eat that as a meal. And
they
it
got
was
rid of
my
it?
favorite thing in the world. I had it like once a week for months, and then they got rid of it. And that was like a breakup
Yeah.
with one of your favorite things in the world, right?
Yeah.
Anything other than a food breakup
Yes.
for you?
Yeah, I would agree with Manolis. Like the first one, like my first girlfriend in college, that was a bad one. when we broke up. Yeah,
And
I used to like call her crying all the time.
Oh,
Her dad answered the phone once. Her dad answered the phone once and was like, Patrick, this has to stop. He's like, she doesn't want to be with you.
Oh, this is so good.
Yeah, and then I was like, I'm like crying. And he's like, because like I was doing like making movies and stuff at the time.
Right.
And he's like, go. He's like, I'm sure you'll do great things and you'll become a star and she can eat her heart out, but she doesn't want to be with you right now. So you have to stop calling her.
Do you want me to write her a song?
Yeah. And then me and Manolis wrote a song.
Yeah, that's right. With Patrick crying in the background. Oh, it's so hard when you're young.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it just feels like everything,
Yeah, it
right?
feels like your
it's just
world's
Ben.
ending.
Don't go through this, man.
I know.
all right?
I've been trying to avoid this.
I would. I would continue to try and avoid it
Yeah.
because it just feels like your world has ended.
Oh, yeah.
Manolis, get up there and drop a Plinko puck, my friend. That was a great first topic. Friday at 4:20. Ben Bayfield, our special guest. Ben, a student at McMaster for philosophy, a young stand-up comic performing amateur nights at Levity. We're going to ask you a little bit about what that's been like for you, Ben, coming up. But first, what topic you got there?
Number 7, dude.
Number 7, dude. Ooh, I only have number 7, not number 7, dude.
All right.
That's too bad. We didn't make an envelope for that. Tell me something about the good and or the bad of grocery shopping. Tell me something about grocery shopping. Everybody has to buy some groceries at some time for some reason. So, Manolis, something about going to the grocery store that makes you crazy, something that makes it that you love about free samples at the Costco, whatever.
If I grocery shop,
Do you grocery shop first of all?
yes, I do, but not all the time, but I do.
And do you go would you pop in and just grab what you need to make a meal, or are you going to shop for a week?
I'll shop like quickly for just what I need, but
Yeah.
I would also prefer like just to go at times where there's like it's just the people are too much for me. There's too many people and everybody's angry. If you go on like a Saturday,
People are frustrated in the groceries. There's no question.
everybody's
Nobody
like-
likes the chore, right?
right?
So
And it's like their carts are like their cars now, and everybody's like, "Get out of my way!" There's like a lot of tension
lot of
and
traffic.
There's like and there's people and like there's like the 1 to 8 items line, and there's someone in front of you
with 20.
items,
Yeah.
and there's someone behind you like complaining about that person, like, and I'm like, I don't really care that much,
yeah, I'll just whenever I get there, I get there.
And then I'll take my dad shopping mostly.
Okay.
And that's, you gotta understand, my dad's like 92 years old.
Yes.
And he'll like
A
old
92-year-old Greek father,
people- Yeah.
and he's looking for deals.
I'll go. Grocery shopping means I have to go to 4 different places.
Oh, he's like flyer
Because
shopping.
bananas are like 2 cents at No Frills or something. And there's like, I've realized old people are just like blowheads. You know what I mean? They both talk a lot and never have a point. And then I go, and then he'll do stuff like this. Like at first, he's got the cart. He's got the cart, and then all of a sudden he'll just leave it. He'll just leave
Just
it. and then
wander.
He'll
He
wander.
just wanders away.
Wanders away, gets a bunch of stuff, and he doesn't realize he's creating a traffic jam. And so I have to take control of the cart and then just follow him. And he says, "You think my dad's drunk the way he's walking around? He's definitely obsessive compulsive. Like, he's just all over the place." But yeah, I would prefer to order it if I've never done that.
You
but
can do that.
I would do
right?
that.
You can like call up a grocery store and they'll bring it out to the car.
Yeah.
And literally, you buy it all offline and they bring it out to the car.
Yeah.
That's a pretty cool way.
Yeah, I would definitely get involved in that.
I even had a conversation with somebody. I said, the thing is, I like to pick. There's certain things, not everything. I mean, if I'm getting a jar of Maxwell House coffee, it's the same no matter what.
Right.
But there are certain things where I want to eyeball the meat or eyeball the vegetables or whatever. So I'm thinking, do I really want them picking that? But then somebody told me because they're trying to get the service really up and running and get people using it, they're giving the best stuff to the people who are ordering online.
Whoa.
Oh!
Plot thickens.
How about
Game changer.
The cart, you have to put a quarter in to get the cart.
Mine, you got to put $1.
Well,
$1?
Yes, a loony.
Where's this, in Burlington?
No, West Mountain, no frills.
It is $1.
That's a loony.
But you get it back.
Does anyone at No Frills have $1?
Yeah, well, yeah, not me, and I'm at no frills.
Yeah, the carts are the biggest frill they have.
Fancy carts. Fancy ass carts. Patrick, tell me something about grocery shopping. Good,
I
bad,
used to hate
different?
it, but now that I like cooking, I like. I'm a peruser though, so people don't like grocery shopping with
You're
me. 'cause
jamming-
it takes
you're
me
jamming the aisle up.
forever, Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we've gone before.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
I want to bring a lawn chair.
Are you? What are you perusing for? You
I like walking down like all the aisles. I look at all. The
You want to make
meats.
sure you've looked at everything that's
Yeah.
possible.
Food's porn to this guy.
Yeah, it is a little
Yeah.
bit, isn't it? I see that's, and I can see that, and I can see why grocery shopping would be fun if you were,
Yeah.
if you're buying on that basis, as opposed to just trying to get.
Because I don't normally go in with like this is what I want to make. So then I need these things. I kind of just go and I come up with something to make while I'm there. So I like looking around.
You're not a list guy.
No.
You don't have a list? I do the same thing. I'll decide what meals we're having next week while I'm there. I'll just go,
Yeah.
look, if there's some beef, what can I make with beef? Okay, I'll make that. And
Yeah.
then you get the rest of the things you need. Ben Bayfield, you're a young guy. You're living at university. You're buying ramen noodles by the case.
Yeah.
Do you get to the grocery store very often?
I used to work at a grocery store actually, so
Oh, mother lode.
yeah, no.
What's it like
there are a
from
lot
your-
of issues.
What's it like from the perspective of the worker at the grocery store? What you see there, the melee you see out in the aisles.
I don't know. Everyone just wants an answer at all times, and it's like I'm making 14 an hour. I don't have these answers.
And they don't not only want an answer,
No.
they want it now.
They want it now, and they want to speak to a manager as well.
Oh, they love that line,
And
eh?
they want to send you to the back. And if you ever send anyone to the back at a grocery store, they're not looking for your object. I'll tell you that right now. They're not even trying.
They're not.
You just
not
go
even
and not
trying.
come back.
Yeah, you just go and you just kind of stand there most of the time. They're like, do you have one Dawn extra care? And you're like, I have no idea where that would even be. So
I
you
don't
just-
even know.
No.
Because they seem to think if you work there, you must have memorized where everything is.
Yeah, but you remember when you were like 15 years
Yeah.
old? I mean, would you have known where everything was in a grocery
Yeah.
store? Yeah.
What chain did you work for?
I don't know if you guys have it here. I live up north.
Oh, okay.
And you guys probably heard of Foodland.
Foodland. Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a Foodland here.
Yeah.
Right around the corner from your house.
Because
Yeah.
I was just, and the reason that popped in my mind was I was just thinking of the mega Fortinos or whatever.
Oh.
Because it must be like 9 times crazier there
Yeah.
trying to, they have clothing aisles and crap, right?
Oh.
So, I mean, trying to remember where stuff is
No.
and people want and stuff. When you go grocery shopping, you have a great deal of respect for the people who work there now, don't you?
Yeah, I don't.
You don't bother them.
I don't bother
Harass
them. No, if they've been working there for 20 years, 40 hours a week, I'm just leave them alone.
God bless
You just
them.
Leave
go up
them
to them,
alone.
hug them.
Yeah.
Don't even say anything. I understand.
Here's something else Ben and I have in common. Even when you're not working at the grocery store, I bet this happens to you, which is people ask you to help them get stuff off the top shelf.
Yeah.
And it's like you're not even working at the
Yeah.
store, and I'm like digging through boxes on the top shelf
Oh.
trying to find something.
All the
I go,
time.
"Hey, I don't even work here. Well, whatever. Okay, I'll help you. Help you get something off the top shelf. Patrick, get up there and drop a Plinko puck, my friend, as we continue Friday at 4:20. Ben Bayfield, our guest in house, as we get you ready for the weekend ahead. Oh, it fell right out of the board.
Falling
let's
out
do
a
12.
lot lately.
Is it? Yeah, it's gotten loose
We got.
from overuse.
I know that feeling.
What do you? A lot of sagging over there on the Plinko board. What do you got?
12.
12. Number 12 is what we're going with on this Friday at 4:20. Patrick Coppolino, your topic. Oh, another food-related item here. At the mall food court, you find yourself at the mall food court. Where are you going to eat, man?
Bourbon
Lots-
Street Grill.
Bourbon Street Grill.
Every time.
Really? You
Lime
like-
Ridge Mall. Bourbon chicken.
You like it?
I've been doing this I was like 15 years
You
old.
want to go today?
Yes.
Okay.
Is it good?
Oh, it's
I've
amazing.
never had it.
It's so good.
So yeah, is that
It's
one of
just
those?
it's just rice and chicken, but with the sauce.
Oh,
Everything's so
Bourbon
good.
Street Grill.
Bourbon Street Grill.
Bourbon chicken.
Bourbon chicken.
Bourbon chicken. Is there bourbon in it?
I think in the sauce.
get a little
They're
tipsy.
supposed to be
a little
anyways.
tipsy?
Traditionally, they're supposed to be.
All right. So you're not even looking at the other places.
No,
You don't
I
care.
go straight to bourbon chicken.
Arby's can go to hell. You want to
Yeah.
just okay. Manolis Zontanos, you're at the mall food court. Where are you eating, my friend?
I think my guilty pleasure is always like Chinese, man.
Oh yes, Manchu Wok.
And apart, like I love it all. But really, man, I just want that fortune cookie.
Find out what the rest of the day is going to be like.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
I really look for. I like.
All right.
I'll still get the food, and then I like. Do you guys got any fortune cookies? And she's like, "Oh no, we're out." I'm like, I literally go,
Okay.
like
you got to take this order
Then
back.
he goes to Harvey's.
I don't want it now. Manchu Wok for you. Ben Bayfield, you're at the Mall Food Court.
I also like Chinese Manchu Wok. There's one I can't remember the name of. It's like a little bit of a better Manchu Wok, but
Okay, better than Manchu Wok.
somewhere out there.
It's good.
Yeah, I also like the fortune cookies. I like the taste of fortune cookies.
Me
I don't
too.
even really. The
Yeah.
fortune is like whatever.
No, I want the
whatever.
fortune. I'll take.
I'll
the
read
fortune.
it. I'll read it, but I'm not gonna save it. Like I don't know.
What about the Greek place? You ever go to the Greek place?
You do that a lot.
No, not that often, but sometimes in the mall.
Yeah.
No, not that often.
No?
I have to have the craving for.
They got
like,
some nice lamb chops, man. I had the lamb chops there
I
sometimes.
have to have that craving for gyro.
A gyro.
Gyro.
A gyro.
Gyro.
Gotta be gyro.
Gyro. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, gotta be gyro. Ben Bayfield, you said earlier you were from up north. Where up north? What's up north for you?
I'm from Midland, Ontario.
Midland,
Do you know
Ontario.
Midland? Yeah.
I'm originally from Newmarket, man. We're
Are you
not
actually?
we're not that far apart, buddy.
We're not
You
so
know,
different.
I know of Foodlands.
You think
No
the height is a regional thing?
yeah, that's right.
There's some big people up north.
Those of
Yeah.
us up north, yeah.
They're like bears.
I wonder if it's just something
exactly.
to it.
Well, you know what? My heritage comes by it honestly. The
Mm-hmm.
Dutch are the tallest people in the world, so I don't know what heritage you are, but you're not Dutch.
I'm not Dutch.
No,
no,
you're not Dutch.
I'm not Dutch.
But another one
What
of the
are
tall
you?
races.
My dad's Jamaican and my mom's Swedish and Norwegian, mostly. But I'm mostly just white.
Swedish Norwegian is that similar, right? That
To Dutch,
Nordic. Yes, it's that Nordic height you got to stay above the snow line.
Exactly.
All right. Whose turn is it to play?
it's-
Ben Bayfield is up to bat.
I think it's
Mr.
Ben.
Bayfield, you're going, buddy. What do you got there?
2 again.
Let's go. No,
three.
No. Let's go
Three. Oh,
Three.
we don't care really. At the end of the day, Ben,
It's a suggested.
we just
number.
get you to stretch your legs a little,
Yeah.
stand up. It doesn't really matter.
Trying to prevent blood clots.
Yeah, Ben, you haven't had a chance probably to experience this yet, but so I'm going to ask the other two comics, and then I'll get you to comment on it. This is a comedian question.
Okay.
The difference that you find between Canadian and American audiences. I know, Manolis, you've had a chance to play in the States a few times. What is there a difference? Are they just generally the same group of drunk hooligans out for a good time, or
I think they're close to the same, but
Yeah?
I think closely.
have you noticed a difference?
The difference I do feel like they're if you're confident they're good to go, but like you have to it's almost like you have to convince them that you're funny, where it's like instead of them going like is this guy funny, like we're Canadians. I think Canadian audiences like
We're just going to assume you're funny, and then you have to kind of prove us wrong.
yeah
Right? Whereas
I
in
feel
America,
like-
it's the reverse. You got to prove to me you're funny, and then I'm going to laugh along.
No, I think they're easier in a sense, but they also because there's such a Americans just have. You ever talk to an American? You think you think they're famous.
Yeah. They're all famous.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like so, it's like if you have that attitude, you're good to go. But like they Canadians, I feel like you have to work for a Canadian laugh.
Excellent.
Like they'll laugh because it's funny, not because they think they should.
Patrick, I know you got to catch up with your good friend Tom Green recently.
Yep.
He was playing in Brantford. That was cool. Great show, apparently.
Yeah,
eh?
it was fun.
a great night. Tom does a great job all the time. Another Canadian comedian.
Yeah.
But you got a chance to do some touring with him.
Yeah,
And-
we went all over.
yeah. And so what do you find the difference between a Canadian and American audience? Is there a difference?
Well, I've noticed from coast to coast in Canada is kind of a lot of the same, but in
Okay.
the States, the audiences have varied.
Doesn't matter how close the state is to another state. It's going to be different as soon as you
like
get to that
we
state.
did shows in like Tennessee and South Carolina and stuff like that. So that like the Bible Belts,
Yeah.
they were very different from other parts of the country. Yeah,
That's cool.
So I've noticed that they're a
Okay.
little like I think they're just way more politically divided than we are. Up here.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
that's what I noticed the most.
And maybe a little more, a little more just opinionated, and not like not in a negative sense, but just they have strong opinions. They want you to sort of be somebody who's of their ilk, as opposed to
you can more clearly tell, because sometimes there's shows where you can tell like maybe some people in the room are divided. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right.
But there it was like, okay, this whole group of people they're not into certain things. You know what I mean?
Were there places that Tom did better than other places? Was he able to sort of work himself into making the room work.
I think he was kind of good all around. Just
Was
because
he? Yeah.
he did notice it too. There were
Okay.
certain things I think he chose not to say in certain places.
Yeah.
But I think for the most part, his audiences are like fan driven, so
Right,
they
right.
already like him. So
That's very
helps.
cool. Very, very cool.
Tom's actually worried about me
Oh,
Yeah.
why?
Yeah.
because I have we're friends on Facebook, and
Yeah.
he thinks some of the things I post, I guess, are crazy. Racy, I guess.
Oh,
or
really?
or something. It's
Oh,
like-
look at you, Manolis.
and I'm like,
Causing trouble wherever you
Yeah.
go.
He literally like had a chat with him after the show. We were having drinks, and he was
Yeah,
like,
it's like-
he was like having a serious like one-on-one, and then he's like, no, seriously, like next week, like call me, and I'll talk to you in private about this more. But
and I'm like, that'd be awesome, but in my brain is like, what's going on with me?
What is going on?
That this is even a thing now.
he called me once, and he was like, "Is Manolis okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, why?" He's like, "Do you see what he writes on Facebook?"
That is awesome.
He's crazy interesting though. The more you talk to him, the more interesting he gets.
Yeah. Ben, you haven't had a chance to play comedy in front of an American audience.
No, but the Westdale audience is very different from the downtown Hamilton audience. That's all I can tell you about.
I am telling you, man.
That's it.
West End, East End,
Oh,
it's
it's
a
crazy.
whole different world,
It's a
man.
whole different world.
It really is. What about a Midland audience? Have you performed in Midland?
Oh no, there's
No?
no Midland's a population of 13,000.
I know.
I heard they ran a comedy show one time, and they just had all these random acts doing like 25 minutes, like open micers.
Oh,
and it was just
wow.
like 3 in a row, and it was in front of,
Yeah.
there's a lot of retired people there, and they're
Okay.
just trying to eat their dinner.
Didn't go well.
And it just didn't go over. I don't
Didn't go
think.
over at
No.
all. That's a night out in Midland.
That's a night
That
out
is
in
a
Midland.
night out in Midland, my friend. Whose turn is it? Drop a Plinko puck.
I think it's me.
I think it's you, Manolis. Get up and drop a puck. Friday at 4:20. Ben Bayfield, our guest. There's a famous street called Bayfield right near Midland.
Yeah, it's in
yeah,
Barrie.
Yeah, in Barrie.
Yeah.
Are you named after anybody? Is that your relatives?
Yeah, we're related to, supposedly, this is what my grandpa tells me, his name's Henry Woolsey Bayfield.
Okay.
He's the guy who mapped the Great Lakes. He's one of the most famous navigators of all
wow.
time. Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
But he'd be like a cousin or something.
yeah,
But
still, that's cool, man. That's way better than any story Manolis has about Zontanos.
I want to be related to Terry Fox, honestly.
is that why you're wearing the shirt?
That's it. It's just out of nowhere.
I watched. I had a DVD I bought at Valley Village all about Terry Fox, and I watched it last night. And I'm like, the more I know about him, the more I love him. And you ran with him.
I did. Yes, yes, absolutely.
That's crazy.
He's certainly an incredible
you guys have the
individual,
same birthday.
right? We do. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, good memory, man. A future episode of Friday at 4:20. We'll ask the question. Who would you most like to be related to?
Okay.
So
I thought you were
save
gonna
that
say,
answer.
who would you rather run with?
Who would you rather run with? Save that answer. What number did you get?
I forget now.
Terry Fox or Michael
What did we
J.
do?
Fox?
5. It was number 5. It was number 5.
Number 5.
My brain.
Oh my gosh.
All right. What are you looking for in a Tinder profile? Even if you don't use, I know, Patrick, you're not using the Tinder anymore. You got a lovely partner. But what is it you were looking for? So if I'm a female and I'm filling out a Tinder profile, what is going to pique Manolis's interest?
If I
Like, seriously, what would you? I mean, is it the photo? Is it her eyes?
I'm
Is
not-
it her hair? Are you looking for an
I'm
interest?
definitely. I'm not reading any of it. So
Okay, so it's just looks. You're
Looks,
just
but if-
swiping based on looks.
But if
And what are the looks?
The things I'll if they look like they should be doing brazzers, I'm definitely more. I like that,
All
but
right.
no, but if the girl
yes.
but if the girl's doing funny like this, like you can tell she's comical.
Yeah.
I do like that.
Okay, you like funny women?
Yeah,
That's good. Good
If
sense of humor.
Yeah.
That's what you're looking for. Long walks on the beach, none of that crap.
No, just
No.
funny and
Any particular hair color? More so than the
I like dark hair.
other? Okay.
Dark hair.
Excellent. All right.
But I'll swipe right just because that's what you do until you run out of time. You know? And then because it's just easier, and then all of a sudden I'll realize I'll get a match, and I'll look at it, and it's some guy that's dressed up as a woman.
Yes.
I match
Yes.
with dudes with like
Dark hair, and he's kind of funny.
and he's kind of funny. So
It's all good.
I guess that's my type.
Hold me. Patrick Coppolino. If and I I want to stress this, if you were to use Tinder, which you don't,
Yeah.
What would be something that would pique your interest? Do you think?
Well, yeah, but I mean, at its core, it's a really shallow app, right?
Okay. Well, we
looks
could,
first, right?
Sure.
But I remember
we
one
could
thing.
even choose a different one.
If all her pictures is like a group of girls, every photo has like 4 or 5.
Right.
She's the gross one.
Oh, wow.
That's 100% true.
Generalities. Wow, that's interesting, isn't it? Yeah. Hide amongst the group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like, because they don't point out which one they are.
You go on a date
have
and
all
you-
hot
all
friends.
5 show up.
Yeah.
That's,
But
that's good to know.
there's that. I don't know. Other than that,
It doesn't matter.
it doesn't matter.
Yeah, you've
They
checked
don't
that.
write anything.
Ben Bayfield, are you in a relationship right now?
No.
No. Okay. So, would you consider using Tinder, or would you just not even use it?
Yeah, I've had it before.
Okay.
I got rid of it
Okay.
because it's, I don't know, it's like he said, it's a shallow app. But
Okay.
I don't know. I don't.
Do you use any other ones? Do you use Bumble? Or
I used Tinder
okay.
for a good amount of time, so
Okay.
there are some warning signs
Okay.
that are, if she's a horse, that's a big thing where I'm from. If she's a horse and the horse is featured on her Tinder profile,
Okay.
it's no good. That's like they're the car.
If she
car.
has a horse?
If she has a horse, like
Oh, I
a
thought you
horse
said
girl.
If she's a horse.
If
I
she's
know,
a
I
horse,
was
definitely not.
No, she's in the group picture.
If she has a horse,
Okay.
because that's like the car guys. Like a car guy is like a horse girl. That's the equivalent.
The horse
like
is going to be more important.
yeah,
than you.
you're always competing with the horse.
Everything's the horse.
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah.
What else have you discovered?
Just keep star signs out of their bio if they have star signs
Okay.
or anything related
That's
to
not
astrology
cool.
is not okay. I don't really. Yeah, I don't know.
No.
I guess there's not much to look for.
Okay.
Also, most of the pictures are just so obviously curated and edited that it's
Yeah.
when you see them, it's like
It's one of those things. Eh?
they're 2 points worse than how they appeared.
Did you have you tried the other ones? Have you tried Bumble or any of those?
No, I
that's it,
haven't.
eh? That's okay.
I think they're all the same.
I know both of my daughters have used Bumble in the past, and I find it because it gives the woman more power, right, over deciding whether to.
They won't get bothered. You have to.
That's
They
right.
have to
Yeah.
message you.
Yeah.
I might have to get that one.
Yeah. Yes, that's right.
I do like Bumble for that, but yeah, it's all the same kind of stuff at the end of the day.
At the end of the day, it always is, Manolis.
Yeah.
You matched up with a guy. Drop the puck. Who's dropping a puck? Whose turn is it? Somebody throw one into the machine there.
I just win.
I know.
No,
That's
it was
Ben.
him.
Ben.
It was
I
Ben,
will-
but he started with us.
All right.
All right.
Oh, it's confusion reigns supreme here on Friday.
Oh,
at
wait.
420.
No, yeah, you're right.
Oh, wow. What number?
Then we get a 5 again.
5.
Number 5. We do. Yeah,
11.
11.
Let's do 11.
Oh, I love 11. 11's good. Okay.
Pat got 11.
11. I purposely put the best topic in 11. Here we go. Who am I asking?
I feel like we're drunk for some reason, and we're all sober.
Well, you are. Well,
Well,
you
I
might
did.
not be.
I did take a mushroom.
Yeah,
pill.
that's right.
Yeah, maybe it's just me.
But like something called lion's mane, and forget the other stuff. But the lion's mane. Talk to me about lion's mane.
It's a good for. It's a mushroom. I think it
But
grows
it's
off
a
tree-
legal one. You can
It's
buy
legal.
it.
You can buy it at Goodness Me or wherever.
right.
But it's one of the few things that can go past the blood barrier of your brain.
Right.
And
Does it clear your mind a little
it makes
bit?
you
Does
it makes you more focused and stuff.
Okay.
But and
which has
it's-
not proven itself
it's
to be
all-
true at all here today.
right? and it's good for if you to fight dementia.
Dementia, okay.
Apparently, but it's good to take one
Okay.
when you microdose.
What? Yeah.
And so
yeah.
I do that too.
Okay, we're setting it up. Patrick Coppolino, tell me about your favorite footwear. I don't want to hear about your stinky feet issue.
Yeah, I know.
We've talked about that
That
way too
doesn't
many
exist
times.
anymore.
That doesn't exist anymore. What's your favorite footwear? Your favorite thing to wear on your feet? Doesn't matter. I don't get you. Slippers? Is it sandals? Is it whatever it is? What's your favorite footwear?
I guess it's seasonal, right?
Yeah,
Depends.
yeah, but even
In the summer, I don't like wearing socks at all. So
No.
I like sandals.
okay, but
But-
regardless of the season, if you could, what would you wear all the time on your feet? Your Crocs,
Roller skates.
roller skates. That'd be awesome, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
You could just roller skate everywhere. I would love that.
I kind of want those. I've never had a pair of those shoes with the wheels.
Oh, Heelys.
No, the Heelys.
My roommate has a
Yeah.
pair of Heelys.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah.
Does he love them?
He rides. He uses them around res.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it would be fantastic,
It
right?
is.
Heelys
Yeah,
are
that'd be
fantastic.
cool.
Why wouldn't you want
cool.
those?
I'm gonna buy some.
I'd probably break my neck. I wanted one of the hoverboards.
Yeah,
I think the
those
hoverboards would be cool,
too.
man. If you could master using the hoverboard, that'd be pretty
Yeah,
cool.
there's a video I just saw yesterday of these two little girls. They're at like they're at home and they're on hoverboards, but they have like those the horses where it's just a horse's head on a stick.
Yeah.
So they're doing that, but they're just whizzing through their house. They're like 3 years old.
Wow.
And they're flying around
that would
their
be
house.
way cool, man. That's better than Heelys.
Yeah.
So would it be sandals year round?
No.
No?
I don't know. Shoes.
Shoes.
I've never owned a nice pair of shoes till this year.
Okay.
Manolis bought me some for my birthday.
Get yourself a really nice fitting pair of running shoes. That's what you will never take them off.
I took it upon myself to do that for him because since I've known him,
he's just never worn anything decent.
He'll buy
$20 pair of shoes.
He'll spend $20 and literally within 12 days they're falling apart.
Sure they are, yeah, because they would cost $20.
What the hell with these shoes? I'm like, you ever see his feet? Like if you see his feet, it's like his toe is they're all deformed. You look, your feet are ugly. But he's got those, not the big toe. What's the one beside the big toe?
Yeah, it's
the
longer.
ring finger.
It's longer than my. Big toe.
Okay. You got the long second
finger
toe.
toes.
The finger toes. Yeah.
The index toe.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. So now that he's got good shoes, has it made a difference?
Oh yeah.
Yeah?
They're super comfortable. They've lasted.
They've
a long
lasted.
time.
That's amazing. See,
got
Manolis, what's your favorite footwear?
What I bought him. Air Max.
Air Max. So
Air
it's
Max.
specifically a type of sneaker that you love.
Yeah, a friend of mine was throwing away, getting rid of a pair of Air Maxes, and I've never tried them before. So I couldn't believe how comfortable they were, and then that's it. I got hooked.
And you've been on them ever since.
Yeah.
Ben Bayfield, what's your favorite footwear?
Slippers when I can.
Yes.
Yeah, around the house.
See, I was looking for the cash, right? It's a
Yeah.
nice pair of slippers,
Oh,
comfy,
yeah.
man.
Just drinking my coffee, walking around.
I
the
got some.
house.
I got some slip-on kind of. They're kind of like boat shoes or something. I don't know what they are, and they just slip on, and I would just wear them all the time. That's all I would wear. Although I do love my cowboy boots.
Apparently, Air Max was the original. Air Maxes were made for McEnroe, the tennis player.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's where they were like when he's.
Was
Yeah,
it
they designed for him.
John McEnroe. Is that
Yeah,
his name?
tennis
that's right,
player,
John
yeah.
McEnroe. Yeah.
And he's the first guy that I ever hear swear on TV.
Whoa.
Wow!
Yeah.
Look at the font of knowledge. Just this guy is spilling. That lion's mane is really working. Wow! It's just
Buddy.
bringing up all kinds of stuff.
Man, I'm like 12 years old, and I'm like, what the f are you talking about,
Right.
And I'm like,
Oh,
I'm like,
yeah.
Oh yeah!
I didn't know you could swear on TV.
No,
like,
you can't. No, you can't.
Not you can't, but McEnroe
Did you
can.
see-
Yeah, McEnroe.
Did you see that bowler video that's been going around?
Yes.
Right? Who do you think you are?
yeah.
I am. Did you see it?
Yeah. I know. Yeah, I love that.
It was an awesome celebration.
I watched a documentary about that guy. Actually, he's like the Michael Jordan of bowling. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. He's the top of the
yeah.
heap, man.
If anyone's talking like that playing bowling, they're serious.
We got time to drop one more real quick topic. I think that was Patrick's topic. So Ben,
it
drop
me?
one more.
Yeah, you got it.
One more coin in the machine there, buddy. Let's get one more done here. We're quickly running out of time. Everybody's going to be super fast on this one.
7.
7? We did 7. What do you got next to 7 there?
8.
7, 8? Let's go 8. Okay. I'll go 8. I didn't even need to say it. I could have just gone to it. We've come full circle. Best Chinese food. What's the favorite dish, Chinese food? What's the favorite one of the many things you can get at the Chinese food place? Ben?
I like chicken balls.
Chicken balls.
Chicken balls. I like chicken balls too.
Chicken balls.
Chicken balls.
Egg rolls.
Egg rolls. Oh, he ruined it. 'cause
And
I'm
chicken balls.
I'm chicken
I
balls.
like chicken balls too, but
Chicken balls with the sweet and sour sauce.
all of them
I put that
mashed
sweet
together.
sauce on everything.
Oh,
man.
yeah.
I put it on my plate and then I
rub
just
it-
drench the whole
So
I
thing.
rub
good.
it on my chest.
Oh yeah. Who doesn't? Thank you, Manolis, for that closing visual. That's it, Ben. How do we follow you on social media? Can we do that? Can we follow you on the Twitter machine or the Instagram, the Insta?
I'm not huge on social media, but you
Okay.
can add my Facebook if you're trying to keep up with
With the
what I'm
goings-on,
doing.
with the
If you guys
shenanigans?
care,
Plethora of
yeah.
shows.
Yeah,
Ben
with my-
Bayfield on Facebook.
Ben Bayfield, BEN space BAYFIELD.
Oh, look at that. Bayfield. Ben, thank you. You did a great job, man. We really appreciate
Thank
you
you.
coming in and doing this.
Ben's hasn't even been a year that he's been doing stand up.
Right.
We asked him to be on it because I've seen him a handful of times, and I think he's super
he's got
funny.
something there,
and
eh?
I
He's got
think
some
there's a
talent
future to your
Yeah.
life as in a comical way. And,
Yeah.
Thanks,
and,
Manolis.
we love you. So thank you for being
Yeah.
here.
Awesome.
And
Thank you.
we have all our episodes on a podcast form in YouTube and
Yeah.
iTunes.
So if
and-
you want to hear previous episodes of Friday at 420, you can go to YouTube. You've uploaded them all
Yeah.
to the YouTube page. Spotify, iTunes, right? Download them.
SoundCloud, yes.
Pick and choose who
Yeah.
you want to hear. We just recorded. This is our 91st episode today. So 91
awesome.
episodes up and around for you to check out if you've missed some of our past episodes. If there's anybody who's heard every single one, that would be crazy. We haven't even been here for all 91 of them. Patrick Coppolino, Levity Comedy Club.
Yes. LevityComedClub.com for all our shows.
Yeah.
We've got a few big shows coming up.
Yeah. And you might see Ben on an amateur night, right?
Ben on an amateur night.
Give it a shot, man.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Amateur nights Wednesday night, pro shows Friday and Saturday.
Yep.
Always lots of other things going on at Levity Comedy Club, so check it out. Thank you, everybody. It was fun, and most of all, thank you to you for listening and putting up with our shenanigans. We appreciate you being here for Friday at 420, and until we get a chance to talk to you again in 7 days, have an awesome weekend!
Bye.